So my name is Wu, and I'm working on this VSCode plugin called Vetur that has been really popular. So today I'm just going to do an introduction to you guys about all the features that Vetur offers to you and make you more effectively editorial Vue source code. So a little bit about myself. My name is Wu, and I'm known as Octaref on both GitHub and Twitter. And yeah, I was an intern in VSCode last year, and this year I'm joining VSCode, actually just starting next week in Seattle. So I'm going to be there as a software developer for VSCode. Okay, so you're wondering, what is Vetur? Vetur is a Vue tooling for VSCode. But what it does mainly is that, as you have seen, Evan was talking about it. One concept that's very popular in Vue is the Vue single file component that has a lot of language inside it. So Vetur provides support, editor level support for that. And yeah, I gave a talk like 2 months ago in VueConf in Wrocław in Poland. And at that time it has 190K downloads, but now it has 540K downloads. And 100% 5 stars, so there's not even a 4-star review. And yeah, 900K stars on GitHub, and yeah, we have joined the Vue.js organization thanks to Evan, and I'm on the core team now. So it was demoed in MS Build, as Evan was talking about, and it was also recommended by VSCode and TypesScript team as an official recommendation for editing Vue source file. So yeah, if you actually sort by rating plus rating plus download combined, Vue is actually now the second most highly recommended extension on the VS Code marketplace. And it's actually the first extension that tries to provide a very deep IDE language support for front-end framework. By that I mean, for Angular, they have their own kind of support in the editor level. But then for kind of Vue, it's kind of like historically, the editor support has just been syntax highlighting, but nothing beyond that. But Vetur really brings it to the next level, as we'll demo later. Okay, so yeah, the converters, even you was just tweeting a few days ago, he converted to VS Code. And Sarah Drasner, who was really popular and was using Vue a lot, she also converted to Vue recently. So okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna do a demo. I know yeah, people say live coding is a recipe for disasters, but anyway, I'm gonna do it. All right. So yeah, there is VueNYC NYC, which is basically just a Webpack template. And today I'm gonna do this in this form. So for Vetur, if you actually just search for Vetur, the first result comes up as my GitHub repository. And if you go to the GitHub repository, you will find the docs at here. So here's the documentation. I'm just going to follow the documentation and walk you guys through all the features that we can provide. The first thing is syntax highlighting. As you know, in Vue files, you can have a lot of different languages if you just specify a long attribute. So for example, here we're using template, script, and style, which is just HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. But then you can use, of course, Pug or Jade or PostCSS, Sass, Less, and anything else. So for example, here, if you, yeah, let me get my notes. It's on my phone. OK. So yeah, so for example, if here I want to do a stylus, something, I just type in stylus. This is some snippet built into Vetur. So if I want to do some stylus here, and then I just start typing stylus, and then it will, OK, so yeah, there's some other. OK, so no. OK, so let's say display inline. And then display inline, it will automatically complete for you. And then we have the correct syntax highlighting for all these languages that we support. That's that. And then we also have snippet. As you have seen, we have some scaffolding snippets. So for example, if we do scaffold, it will scaffold everything out for you, and then you can start editing a Vue file very quickly. And then if you want specific stuff, so for example, you want Sass, and then you can just style with Sass, and then it will do that for you. However, you can also define your own snippet. And so for example, here I installed something called Vue VS Code snippet by Sarah Drasner, who is a very popular speaker. And then if I here do her stuff, you can customly define your snippet and then just use it very easily, for your Vue files. So these are snippet, and then OK, so other so here are the scaffold snippet. Here are the snippet. Oh, and in VS Code, you define snippet for specific languages. So for example, here is JavaScript. So for example, if I do the snippet, open user snippet, and I do JavaScript, and if I define a snippet in here, and then I can use it in here. So see, that's really easy. So if you just change this, and then you can get your own snippet inside your VueCode. OK, I'm just going to delete that. And then after that, we have something called emit. So like in the past, sorry, I'm just going to use atom as a counterexample. So like in the past, we have the same experience. Like we really want emit for front-end development. So for example, if I do this, and then I hit tab, it will expand to div plus 3li, which is really useful for like scaffolding a lot of stuff. But then this kind of a project has one downside, which is like it's not that easy for you to see what it's going to expand to before you hit the tab to expand. So in VS Code, we just introduce something new, and then I'm just going to show you very easily. So now if you type this in, and it will show you what will it expand to. Like if I type this, I know it's going to be this emit expansion. And let me see. OK, so I'm just going to put it in here. Hi, New York City. OK, so yeah, so this is really easy for like front-end scaffolding. And then I can also use that in, so for example, if I do display inline, and then I type a little bit thing, and then I can use the emit to expand that to a full CSS declaration, which is really handy. So this is the emit support in VS Code. We have emit for both CSS and SAS, LESS, stylus, and also, of course, for HTML. Something else we also offer for you is linting. So for example, like when I scaffold our Webpack template, I have some ESLint stuff. And it's using the standard module, so it doesn't allow this. However, if you so if you accidentally wrote this, VS Code Vetur will let you know. OK, so ESLint tells you you should have a space before your function declaration. And then we actually provide you some auto fix. So for example, if you hit that, it will automatically fix that for you. Something else we also support is that we have some auto formatting. So for example, now it's not well formatted. If I do a format document, which is a formatter that Vetur offers, if you hit that, it will automatically format everything for you and fix this error for you. So these are the formatting support. And debugging, yeah, there is some debugging, but it's not done yet, so I'm not going to talk about that. The main thing I'm going to talk about is called IntelliSense. So for example, in Vetur, I think we support, we give you probably the best IntelliSense support that's possible. So then, for example, in any of the HTML tags, if you start typing V, it will show you all the Vue APIs that's available. So for example, like if you go to the Vue API, all these V APIs are the V APIs in here. So yeah, you don't have to now remember everything like in your head. You can just like start typing and see what's out there. And then we also give you like, of course, like HTML stuff. So for example, like this accessibility attributes, but also like class, content editable, content menu. So these are the IntelliSense available for the HTML. However, in the script part, we also give you some very advanced IntelliSense. So for example, if you do this, you can see like these are actually the internal Vue attributes. So Vetur uses something really smart called TypesScript language service that gets a Vue type definition and try to wrap this whole component in the TypeScript compiler, so it knows what attribute is available on under this here. So yeah, this makes it really easy. So for example, if you're using the Vuex, so something is that this probably this doesn't have Vuex yet. So let me see if I just do yarn add Vuex. OK. And then if I just reload that, I think this should pop up. Oh, no, it doesn't. OK. OK, so it doesn't pop up. So I don't know. So maybe I need to fix that. Yeah, probably. I'm not sure, but okay, yeah, live coding is too much risk to do too much. So okay, I just stop there. But then it's possible to do that. And however, something else I'm pretty sure is gonna work is that, like I think Evan talked about, you can use something called access. Access, which is a library for you doing HTTP requests. However, if you're doing something like this, and then you're trying to do access something, it doesn't give you IntelliSense. However, with TypeScript, it's actually possible to do that. So, for example, if I just do npm install access, yeah, npm is really slow. Okay. So after that, if I do that and I do this, I get the API, all the APIs. So I don't have to remember the APIs in my head. I can just use them like with the type definitions. So that relieves me of all the kind of mental burden of like remembering the thousands libraries API I'm using. Another one is probably, oh yeah, this is reminding me I shouldn't be using extra semicolon. So I will just automatically fix that. Import all as this from Lodash, which probably everybody uses. So for example, however, for something else is that, so for this Lodash, is a very popular utility library. However, the type definition, okay, the type definition is not provided there in Lodash. Like in Access, it's bounded into the library. But then for the types of Lodash, it's actually in Lodash. So you need to do npm id types Lodash, which fetches you the type definition for Lodash. And after that, if you start by typing this, it will tell you all the stuff that Lodash provides you, and then you don't have to remember all the APIs anymore. So I think this provides you a really handy tool for like editing stuff, because now you don't have to remember all the APIs. You can always be guaranteed to have the to write the correct code without even looking at the documentation. Yeah, I think that's mostly. Oh yeah, we have something new. Actually, I'm going to show you. Vue Hacker News 2. So for example, for this one, now we added something called jump to definition, which is available already in JavaScript. So for example, if I open a java.js file, and then here, so for example, I'm using okay, so for example, the app is here, and then if I hit F12, it will jump to its definition. However, this wasn't used to be available in Vue files. However, now if you press 12, it will jump you to the right definition for your functions that you use in Vue files. So for example, this imports a watch list from the api.js, and if you press F12, it will go to that file definition. And then it imports item from the item.vue. If you press F12, it will jump to item.vue. So this makes it really easy to develop the Vue files. So yeah, I think that's probably most stuff I'm gonna talk about today. So thank you for listening, and yeah, enjoy your evening.